Hello everyone! In today's reading lesson, we will continue with Sea Island Mystery. So open up your purple book to page 12. We started reading about Sea Island Mystery. The genre of this fiction is a mystery. And the mystery in the story is much like a puzzle and something is unknown in that story. And sometimes clues are written into the storyline so that the reader can try to solve the puzzle along with the story's characters. That's why mysteries make you wonder and ask questions. What are some questions you can ask about information in a story? We can ask who, what, where, and when questions about information in a story. These words are part of the 5 W's. The other W is why, and we can also ask the how question. So for today's question worksheet, you're going to do something a little different. Today, you're going to make your own questions. So after you read pages 12 through 14, you're going to think of 2 to 3 questions about the pages using the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, why. Then you're going to answer your own questions right below each question. And you're going to do the same for pages 15 through 16. Make sure the questions are about the correct pages. And if it gets too difficult to do all 3, it is okay to do just 2 of them. If you want to do more, you can write the questions and answer on the back of this page. We will go over them this Wednesday. Let's begin reading our story. Page 12, Ladies Island Dig. If I were Abel Fuller, where would I hide treasure? Marcus wondered as he leaned on his shovel. Ellie sat down beside him. We've dug all around this church. It just isn't here. I think Abel did run off with the treasure, she said. No, he didn't, Ellie. Abel was a good man. Now think, where would you hide it? All right, let's think again, sighed Ellie. She flopped onto her side and they both thought for a while. Oh, Ellie exclaimed suddenly. Did you think of something? Asked Marcus. No, I'm getting ants in my hair, said Ellie as she jumped up and shook her head. Marcus stood and stared at all the places where they had dug. If Spanish soldiers had come this way, they would have seen fresh dirt. They would have known that Abel had been digging, and they would have found the treasure. Maybe they didn't see the fresh dirt, said Ellie. But why wouldn't they have seen it? Marcus asked. Because maybe there wasn't any fresh dirt here, answered Ellie. Marcus looked around. Across the road was a graveyard. He turned back and looked at Ellie. His eyes were opened wide. They wouldn't think fresh dirt in a graveyard was strange. The treasure must be hidden there. Marcus raced across the road. Ellie was right behind him. They read names and dates from the gravestones. Marcus held his shovel as if he was ready to start digging. Marcus, we can't dig here, exclaimed Ellie. It isn't right. I won't let you. I'm not going to, Ellie. Look at the dates on these gravestones. The graves aren't old enough. Oh, Marcus, you scared me. Let's go home. Ellie turned back to look at the church ruins. Marcus, wasn't the church just being built when the Spanish soldiers marched through? Now you're going to stop and then write down your questions for pages 12 through 14. What are some questions you can ask using the 5 W's? Maybe you can ask, where did Marcus and Ellie look for treasure. And this question uses the word where. That's one of our question words. Where? Or maybe you can ask, what would have showed the Spanish soldiers, oh, this is too big, that someone had buried something at the church? So what would have showed the Spanish soldiers that someone had buried something at the church? And this question uses the word what. What other words can we use? We can use who, maybe when. Maybe you can write down, who said they should not dig at the graveyard? So I want you to think of the questions on your own. These are just the examples that I'm showing you. So I want you to try and think of the questions on your own. Let's continue. Let's read a little bit of page 14. Oh, Marcus, you scared me. Let's go home. Ellie turned back to look at the church ruins. Marcus, wasn't the church just being built when the Spanish soldiers marched through? Yes, Miss Shanks said it was still being worked on. Why? Asked Marcus. Wouldn't there be fresh dirt around the church? Ellie asked. You know, from people working on the church. Yes, answered Marcus, but we've dug all around the church and didn't find anything. Ellie looked at Marcus. But we haven't dug inside the church. What if the floor had not been put in yet? Marcus looked at Ellie. They both ran back across the road and into the church. They dug without saying a word. They came back every day and worked. On the fourth day, the shovel hit something hard. Marcus and Ellie dropped to their knees and scooped dirt from around a wooden box. It looked old, very old, and it was locked. Oh, Marcus, whispered Ellie, have we found it? We're going to need help, replied Marcus. I'll go and get Uncle Vance, said Ellie. Ride fast, said Marcus. I can go if you don't want to. No, said Ellie, I can do it. She mounted a pony and galloped away. I think we found it. Now you can stop and then write questions for pages 15 through 16. Well, let's review the story Sea Island Mystery. Where does the story take place? We know that the story takes place on Ladies Island. And this island is near the ocean. Number 2. What is the mystery in this story? The mystery was the location of the missing church treasure. Number 3. How does the map help you to understand the story? So the map is on page 2. How does this map help you understand the story? Well, it helps you to picture the story in your mind. It helps us to imagine where the children might be going. Then why do Marcus and Ellie think that the treasure is in the locked box? Well, this question is related to the activity on page 263. So Ellie thought that she and Marcus had found the treasure. Do you think they found it? Write about it on work text page 263. So on page 263, you're going to read the story's ending one more time. And then for part B, you're going to write about what's going to happen next. So do you think that Marcus and Ellie really found the missing treasure? Write what you think happened next. So write down a couple of sentences about whether Marcus and Ellie really found the missing treasure and what might happen next. Next page. The same and the opposite. So we've learned synonyms and antonyms before. Synonyms are words that have the same meaning. Antonyms are words that have the opposite meaning. So, for numbers 1 through 5, you're going to choose a synonym and an antonym for the underlined word in the sentence. Write each word in the correct column. Number 1. The race cars are shiny and very fast. What could be the synonym for the word fast? The word that has the same meaning would be exit, fall, quick, shut, or tiny. The word with the same meaning is quick. Then what would be the antonym for the word fast? Antonym means opposite meaning. So would it be enter, large, open, slow, or spring? The correct answer is slow. Number 2. Please close the door when you leave. What is a synonym for the word close? Exit, fall, shut, or tiny? The synonym for the word close would be shut. Then which word would be the antonym for the word close? Enter, large, open, spring. The antonym for the word close would be open. Number 3. I love the red and yellow leaves in autumn. What would be the synonym for the word autumn? So autumn is one of the 4 seasons. It's the season right before winter. So that would be exit, fall, or tiny. The correct answer is fall. What about the antonym? What's the antonym for the word autumn? So it should also be a season. So that means the answer is spring. Cross that word out. All right. Well, I want you to finish number 4 and 5 on your own. So remember, synonym means it has the same meaning. Antonym means it has opposite meaning. You also need to complete pages 265 through 266. We will go over the answers this Wednesday. And that's it for today. Bye, everyone.